Well,
True Believers England team here. Y'all show your pretty faces, man. This is the first segment people are going to see when it's like, hey, should we click on? It's like empty boxes. Come on in. So anywho,
Sure. Let me turn it on so you can listen to me crunch my tacos.
Oh, I thought you had already finished, dude. All right. So anywho, I was going to do a bad comic reading today of Starfire #1. I've been wanting to go at this book for a while because I've read some of it. I've seen some of it. It's one of the most ugly and unintelligible books that I have read in a long damn time. Unfortunately, I have food allergies. And I had a pizza, asked no garlic on it. I do like the flavor, but it's part of the onion family. And so if I have any, this is what's happening here. If you look at me, I look like I'm about to crash. It's because I am. I tried to get a few Z's, but dude, it did not work. So we're going to have ourselves a little conversation about what's going on, what we think about the comic book industry, so forth, whatever ideas you guys want to talk about. And we'll get back to that book at some other point in time because I really do want to hit that book. And I've been loving these bad comic beatdowns that we've been doing, where we just read a comic and we just joke on it as we go. Sure. So, of course, I have with me the real Dr. Venkman.
And the real Dr. Venkman?
And the real Dr. I know. Dominic jumped out before we could introduce him.
Well, he said he was going to catch a train. I hope it wasn't permanent.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. He's in the city riding home from wherever. Twiddles is here. And by the way, I've been doing a lot of video on the other channel from the Long Box. I've been doing comic book origins. Holy crap. I am working now on comic books were better in the 1960s. Yep. I did comic books were better in the 1950s. And for that channel, it did pretty good. It's rounding near 500 views, which I know isn't huge, but this is a channel that basically I started just to be able to talk about only comics, not only fans, but only comics. And have largely neglected the shit out of it. So in order to come back with a video like that, I'm very happy. So by all means, please go check that out after the stream. But it's been a lot of fun doing that. I'm going to be posting some more comic book origins here as well. So I'm having fun talking about books. You know, and I get it on the live stream. We talk about the drama and all that kind of stuff. But
Dave's calling you a vampire, and I'm more pale than you are because of my screen.
Yeah. Well, I've got the light, but I'd never shine the light on me. This light's been turned.
Oh, this is all from my monitor.
Really?
So I have those widescreen monitors. So at the small, if I maximize it, I can't see the chat then, which sometimes is good.
Well, I'm knocking over the light behind me. I got that on the green screen so it doesn't have, because when you turn the light off of it, you see how it goes all fuzzy. Yep. So you keep your green screen lit up to make it go. But this room is so messed up. I've got comics everywhere around me right now. I can hardly move.
This is me when I enlarge in the StreamYard so I can't see the chat. See the difference?
Yeah. So anyway, hello to Maranya and David Sonowitz. We've got Phil Ailing in the house. Hi, all. And Vampire England team, or Vampire, whatever.
Now I'm back to beat Edward Cullen.
Oh, my gosh. But my problem is what the is going on in comics? I have literally looked through all of there's no comic book news site, by the way.
No.
It's done. I mean, sure, maybe sometimes Bleeding Cool will talk about something to do with comics, but it's fucking talking about wrestling more than you guys are. It is such not a comic book site.
Well, they realize that because there really is no controversy anymore because the wrong people won. So there's nothing they can bitch about.
Well, here's my take on it. Ethan shut OGCG down. He did. We all moved away from it. EVS, he took over. It's now here you could buy my 50th variant cover on the same book thing. He turned it into a store. He turned Comicsgate into a store. He uses the aren't we fighting the good fight version, but no, it's a store.
Dave,
nobody, and what did actually end up happening was eyes were turned away from the fight. The same thing happened with Rich. Sure, Rich talks about something somebody says on Twitter, but it's not the same. We're not in it. We're not going and saying, "Hey guys, this is what it is." So yeah, all the controversy, unless there's infighting or something like that, all that kind of stuff has died down. Occasionally, you get a good news story like Bill Willingham, but you're not. It's barely freaking covered. I'm looking through all of them, even though I know CBR News.
The big news for this week is Straczynski's Captain America's coming out this week.
Undead Quinn CG Inc. Yeah, Captain America's coming out this week.
Straczynski's, yep, number one,
and Tom King's Wonder Woman. Well,
true. I've heard some people say it's all right. It's not horrible.
I don't doubt it.
That's the thing with Tom King. Tom King starts off good, but everybody tells me, and then he ends bad.
Well, if that clip that we talked about, those 3 pages that we talked about are in that comic book, I think it's going to be horrible. Let's see. Didn't Batman get a robot hand in canon, says Dave?
He did?
Yeah, we saw that last week in the Bad Comic Beatdown.
Well, he was also in the Legacy 900 before that we came out, that Batman 132 or 136. I can't remember which one. Whatever the Legacy number 900 is. It doesn't exist. But
they want to now they want to pop 900 on the cover. So they can get that. It's 1,000. No.
So it was so he lost his hand. Go to another dimension. Ghostmaker slices his hand off, but he needed to shut off the gas in order to save the citizens of the alternate Gotham. So he loses his hand, and then he chases the Joker through the whole thing 900, and he comes across Frank Miller's Batman. Or actually, not Frank Miller's Batman. Is the Batman Beyond, the old Bat Bruce, and that he helps him give him a new hand, and so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to the comic shop, the actual comic shop, for the first time in months tomorrow. I told him, I said, well, I don't know if you guys still have a hold for me, because I haven't been in like 3 months, and I already had a pile this big, and I'm gonna tell him straight up here, take this back, because I know you're not supposed to do that to a comic shop. But part of the problem that I don't go back anymore is that there was such a stack. I don't want to spend that much money on new books. I just don't. I want to go in, pick up a couple, because if I'm spending $60, $70 on comics, it better have a 12-cent price tag originally. I want something worth it, something from the Silver Age, Bronze Age, something. Here to watch Venkman's beard grow in real time, says Eric. Eric, jump on in, man. You've been AWOL. Is it because it's football season? Jump on in. We'll watch football games.
I think
I have been, by the way.
I think the old man's trying to have a life outside of streaming.
I did start watching highlights anyway, and I like the way that the Dolphins just trounced. I think there was the Vikings this time around. There's somebody, I don't know. I just noticed the Dolphins won. That's all I care. I'm into the Dolphins and the Bucks. Bucks mainly. Yeah. But
Dominic, you alive?
Hey, he's
here.
I'm still alive. Yeah, he's here. A comic about Wonder Woman versus Trump. I'll just pass, says Undead Quinn. Well, you know what?
Here's news.
We won't. We will read that for you and make
news from last week. Mindy Wheeler called out Ethan on his hypocritical stance by having an alternate cover with Trump in his Cyberfrog book. Where before, if you remember, they blasted Tim Lim for his Trump book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's your news. But yeah.
Hey, no.
Fun book, by the way. It's a kid's book. It's awesome.
I still need to read that graphic novel.
Yeah. Are you surprised though that Ethan's like, hey, you can't do that. Let me do that.
That's the most I've seen in anybody, because I muted all that shit.
I gotta admit.
I keep see my distance are from all that stuff too.
It on Twitter, when it was Twitter, it was just like it would be so just and we had this one girl on once and she was part of all that
Piper?
shit. Yeah, and then once she was on, it was just fucking troll after troll. And I'm like,
you know what it is though?
I'm
What I've
tired
learned
of it.
is that the people who are talking shit and all these things, the followers and stuff, are never the people that ever go on mic.
Yeah. That is very true. I can't count, by the way.
So I always wonder how many are. It's like how many are the same people? They have like 14 different alts, and they're all just like, hey, we like you.
It's something I said. I'm tired of the drama, and here we go. We're just talking about it.
Well, I just brought it up as if you're looking for something to talk about. I saw that. I follow Mindy Wheeler. God bless her to everyone.
Yeah, so do I. I like her. I like her stuff. But I look. Here's the thing. Talking about what other people put out as their content. That's the kind of bullshit gatekeeping. When CG was a thing, and not, you know what? I have stopped. I know they've got the name. I know they call themselves that. But it's not the same. It's like Undead Quinn said, CG
they lost the plot.
Incorporated. But when we were a thing, we kept talking about a leader. Who's the leader of this club that's made for you?
There is no leader. They don't need a leader.
And that's what we said. There is no leader. I said if I told because at the time I had more subs and I was on a higher trajectory, I said, what are you going to do? Do it by how many subs? So like
hierarchy, yeah.
DNC's the top and it goes down. I said, well, let me ask you something. How quick do you think Weaponized Nerd Rage would tell me to go myself if I had said you must do this on your channel? And he would rightly do it, because I'll tell you what, I'd say the same thing to Rich if he said the same thing. Oh, you got to do this. No, I'm sorry, not doing it.
The great thing is, if you have a leader, then the left has someone to go after it, and they're the one that gets arrested, put in jail.
Well, that's what ended up happening.
Proud Boys.
That is what ended up happening. Richard and to a smaller degree Phil became the faces of CG, and then once Ethan jumped in, forget about it. They had people they could target, and based on those three people, they could just color everybody with the same brush. Yeah, and that's how the name Comicsgate became, as the kids say today, toxic.
Yeah, but I want to state the record here, but he's listening and trying to clip it. I have no ill will towards Ethan or anybody else.
Good luck to him.
You're trying to make a living, sure. And I don't necessarily agree with everything you say, but that's life,
Well, with me, it's just you do yours, I do mine. That's all. I will say this: when I'm feeling like this, so I get salty when I'm in this kind of because right now I'm. Have you? I have no peripheral vision. I'm
put your glasses on.
Really? Then it's not like I'll put my glasses on, I'll be able to see what's beside me or anything like that. But when I get like this, I get a little bit salty.
So basically, you're getting a little PMSy, what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm PMSing, right? Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Well, guys,
somebody actually said something that the Cyber Trump cover pure cringe. I didn't see it. Funny, yeah. I can't stand both sides of at times I get called names. Well, that's actually one of the reasons why people jumped off the big debate. I had a lot of people giving me comments. I stand with Ethan. I'm never going to watch your shit again. You could have unscribed on the way out. Give me a better idea of who's with. But
everybody in this, and not in our circle, but other circles, they like. Oh, the whole Comicsgate is such a big thing, and I talk to people, and they've never even heard of them.
Yeah, it's to the point of irrelevancy.
As I said, I love just talking about comic books. I said just reviewing stuff. Comicsgate became more about the drama. Who are we gonna bash today? It was all about the drama.
Well, it stopped being about the
books.
books, and it started to be this person said this on Twitter, and what would happen is you go out and somebody will say something controversial, and then when they got a response, they would say, "See what this guy's saying to me?" So, what were you saying, Dominic?
It's also not just that, but also what essentially caused people like who joined in like late in the game to like, essentially overtake what CG was about. Is also like talk about like the decline of standards and professionalism within the comic book industry.
Which
Like it's kind of like what most writers and artists today like want to say to people that the industry like is filled with people from all walks of life throughout the decades, and that includes us fans. That's what come from all walks of like generations, and also viewpoints. Yeah, we may not agree with each other on everything, but what brings us all together is the passion and appreciation of the medium.
so one of the reasons I wanted to do a bad comic beatdown of this Tales of the Teen Titans.
I'm trying to eat here, bro.
I know, right? Is the art. You talk about the lowering of standards.
I almost bought this. I was at the comic book store when it came out. I was like, "Oh, cool cover!" And I flipped through it. I was like, "What is this art?" And not even that.
Yeah,
the whole story is like,
that's Raven.
Yeah.
It looks like Arya Stark got really freaking dead.
So in this, I thought I couldn't remember if Dick and Corey were in a relationship or not, but it seems like they're not in this version. But I think Beast Boy and Raven are. They mentioned that being a couple.
Well, right away,
I have no idea what
happened.
period it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like Tales of Teen Titans, and it's just like.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a bad comic beatdown on that when I'm feeling a little bit better here. But as you can see, you talk about the decline of modern day comics. For freaking hell, they are teaming up Robert Van freaking Diddy with Riley Rosmo. Riley Rosmo is the worst artist. Well, I don't know if he's the worst, but he's one of the most prolific worst writers. A disguise saying the biggest problem with CG was the ideas behind the movement fell by the wayside, and it became both sides trying to make the other side look bad no matter what. Yeah, we had noticed that. I always thought that one of the best things, and Richard came up with this, was the move the needle, because it was just proving, hey, look, here's my comic haul. Marvel, DC, I am your customer. Listen to me, not the blue hairs who aren't buying your books no matter what. You can change them all you want. Those bitches aren't buying your freaking book. I've seen better art in Indiegogo comics that have gotten canceled.
Glinda says that. I talked to Aaron and Sparrow today about that. I said, it's like, man, it's like, he's talking about like, a lot of the people, indie writers, they need editors because they don't know how to write stories.
Actually,
I chimed in and I said, well, the last time I tuned in was a year and a half ago, and they need better artists because when they make Riley Rosmo look better than them, that's not good.
I had somebody.
What also doesn't help is that a lot of the veterans, especially those like in the field of illustration and visual arts, like they're not being called out by Marvel, DC, or any independents as they used to back then, which is crazy. Like, why do you want to pick that artist who is still green and also doesn't fit with whatever it is that you're going for with the series, instead of hiring a veteran who's not only the best person for the job, but they can also like give you a quality product along with quality storytelling.
Are you on the train and people are just looking at you? Who's he talking to? Yeah, like I said, it comes to the art. Like a lot of people say, it became co-opted by grifters too. But my main concern is that, okay, EVS, and as Marty just pointed out too, was always late, and then he chastised Tim for, and Tim was always on time. You could clearly tell that he was jealous because and listen, when you spend more time attacking people like Doug Ernst, what was the other one? The other Doug, the Doug who did the Earthworm Jim,
Doug Tenapo.
Doug Tenapo, Tim Lim, going after that and going after other people, just talking crap about them. That's your live stream LabTube, instead of just working on your book. It just shows that you're not about comic books. You're about drama, and it sounds like high school girls.
The very first book was incredible, like 2 years late. I remember we had we had that debate, and during that debate he was late, and I pointed out, by the way, got trashed in the comments. If you ever do yourself a favor, go to what is his name, Nikisha Law or something like that. He's the one that did the debate. Look up the comics book debate and all that kind of stuff, and just pay attention to the comments. I pointed out that Richard and Ethan were the first two people out with their Comicsgate comics. They needed to be spot on. They needed to have their books just like that. Now, granted, Richard had an excuse with the Mark Waid thing. He had apparently another book ready to go called Ironside or something like that. So he put that out instead. Okay, he did something right. Ethan was he was late. Like the day all the books were going to go out was the day of the debate. And I pointed out, this isn't when you send the books out. This is when the last one is received. You know, when you say you're going to get your books by September 18th, 2023, then that means the last book should be getting into the hands of the customer on September 18th, 2023. That's not when you start shipping them out. But I've never shipped a comic, so I'm going to put that out there. Let me get some comments here.
Sure.
Dude.
I just wait 2 seconds. I just want to comment on it before we move on to another topic. Ethan was his first time doing a comic book. He's always been an artist. He's never been a publisher, so he's going to run a thing. The problem is that instead of focusing on it, he just kept doing live streams. I understand it was there's a certain times, you know, you have to wait, with the person who's printing yourself, but it just felt like, you know, after that, he was late on the second book, and then people only got an ash can. They didn't even get the full book. It got to the point where it was just problem after problem after problem after problem.
I think it's weird that it's like, what, 3
I missed
years
the opportunity,
late now? I swear to gosh, I have a voice. I'm hearing myself. Give me a second, Dominic.
What are we talking about, Dominic? Yeah, we're talking about, yeah, okay. Is he still here?
I was gonna bring up like a missed opportunity on Ethan's part is he should have used those live streams to actually showcase people the progress like of each book that he was making.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm gonna go to bed. You guys have fun. Okay, no, seriously. All right, so the biggest problem with CG was the ideas behind. Okay, we read that one. Maranya saying the main beef I have with the EPS are the perpetual lateness. Yet he harasses Tim Lim. To his bigoted views towards calling anything woke when it's not. Although he did defend Barbie, we'll give that up. Let's see. To point two, he called the frontier woman in Mandalorian SJW and dissed the character for being a Mary Sue, when the frontier woman is a classic trope of any Western. She was not woke. Did I hear about the bear at Disney World? Yeah, today Disney World was shut down. I thought it was weird because they normally wouldn't do that. One thing I hope they did was reimburse. Yeah, they didn't do that. But a bear was seen on property. And until they caught it and subdued it, they had to make sure that everything was okay.
Was it wearing a red t-shirt and looking for honey?
Yes, it was.
This guy, the mascot, gets tased by the...
I respect DNC just doing his books, and Tim Lim and co. are making books left and right. Yeah, actually, that is happening. Richard starts all of his books, by the way, with, and this book is coming out here, and you can buy one here and so forth. Sadly, indie comics coming out so late deters people, me included, from funding future projects. And that's what I was saying. You have to be, if they're going to be the first ones up, they're the ones that represent. They have to be there. But that was at a time when I thought it was going to be like the YouTubers and such like that being one force going after the basically what we normally do, and trying to protect the characters. And then you would have people creating an alternative. And I thought that we were going to work in conjunction, but unfortunately that did not happen at all, to tell you the truth. But I don't know what you're going to do. It is what it is, and we are where we are.
Eric, it is safe to come in here. We're no longer talking about Comicsgate.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about. Like I said, so
I
you're
know,
not
right?
you're still reading comic books, right? Not
Yeah,
not much the new ones. What's the newest book you've read?
It was going to be Starfire. Fire and Ice was the last one.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so anything before that? Any of the titles? Like,
Well, just the Batman
World's
stuff.
Finest?
I mean, really, the last 3 books I read were the bad comic beatdown books. I haven't read too much of anything else.
Really? You
Yeah.
haven't checked out World's Finest or checked out even the Batman Ram V stuff or
No, I've
Green
actually.
Lantern?
Hold on, I'll show you. Hold on, I'll be right back.
This is how we take over the channel, man, making him leave. Hey, Louise, how's it going?
Hey there, Louise.
It was a black bear. A guy I know on another server was trying to get into the haunted mansion when it happened. What are you saying? It was a black bear.
All right.
You're saying black bears aren't allowed to
Recently. Oh wait, I've read all the not the newest issues, but I've read the DC. What are they calling it now? DCU or whatever it is.
The DC Terrors or the
No, the new run. Like it's
Dawn
going to be
DC.
Infinite Frontier.
Dawn of DC. Yeah, I've read a lot of the beginnings of that. The Green Lantern was awesome. Green Arrow was awesome. I liked Shazam. There's a lot of good stuff, and then they did up by doing Night Terrors.
Well, that's over now because now they're
Doesn't matter.
I know, but it's saying they're coming back. Superman returns this week as well.
Mm-hmm.
I skipped those. The only ones I read was Shazam, the 2 issues of Night Terrors. I didn't care for anything else. So I look at it this way. I was reading my Batman and Animated Adventures continue, and I was saving money. And if I wasn't buying DC, I was buying independent books. I was buying back issues.
Yeah, it's just they shouldn't have done it. They should have just said, you know what, this year no crossover. The crossover is the dawn of DC. You want to push these books. You don't want to do something that's going to interrupt the momentum. And they had momentum. Then they came out with Night Terrors. I'm pretty sure a lot of people picked them up, but a lot of people like yourselves didn't. And what they taught you was you don't need it. It's not important. That's what DC said when they did Night Terrors. They said, oh, these changes are not important. Now, I got done with the DC version, and this is what I'm reading right here.
Oh, nice.
I just wanted to read about comics. So this is it's got some write-ups in the beginning, a little story in the beginning. And then after that, it becomes little blurbs and the covers and all that kind of stuff, and art blown up and everything.
That's cool.
And it was really interesting reading the DC stuff, getting little notes and such on books that you might not have thought were important, but were, that kind of thing.
It's like those museum books you get for the DC, and it tells you the editor's notes, writer's notes.
And getting stuff
we
like
have green
that
screen
blown
on.
up, that's awesome.
When we can see it without the green screen, sure.
Yeah, I've got my green screen on. Let me turn that off. This was I've been chopping up these live streams and putting them on. If they're about comic books, not if they're about the drama, but if they're about comics, I've been chopping them up and putting them on from the long box. And the last one I did, it's why comic book collectors suck. And I swear to God, one of the topics was because they love manga too much. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know that the reason you're having struggling right there is the reason why I wish that was a pocket-sized book.
Yeah,
a size.
I had a discussion with one of the guys that work at the works at the comic shop. He was at the warehouse and he collects the Marvel Epics. I said, I've been picking up these omnibus. And he goes, no, I can't do that. I need something I could take to the bathroom with me. And those are way too big.
You can, and they'll stay in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You get one of those swingy arms trays that comes over, like, and you can, yeah. I remember the Doctor Strange, one of them, it looks like the omnibus looks like a tome.
I thought, well, no, that's my book. Remember,
No.
I was going, by the way, I thought I would make a video just reading that, you know, because I thought of the thumbnail first with me with this book that dwarfs me. And then I thought, yeah, why don't you read from your big ass Doctor Strange book? So that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, really expensive book.
It cost me $50, usually $110. And it looks like it deserves to be. Hold on, just Ashton Jackal says, I wouldn't touch Night Terrors with a 10-foot pole. It is like 90% hack writers. Not worth trying to find a good series among the trash. Yeah, and Undead Quinn is saying he learned that from Batman Death Metal or whatever it was. I stopped.
As bad as Night Terrors was, it's not as bad as the current Batman right now. Is it Zdarsky's putting out?
It's garbage.
I dropped that. I didn't even buy that issue.
You're gonna read every issue. You're gonna be on this channel and help me read every issue, dude.
Yeah, for free. I'm not paying for it.
I'm not paying for that shit. Yo-ho. That pirate's life is definitely for me when it comes
not
to
even
that.
Pirates want to take your stuff. There's something wrong.
That's true. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. I'll make us back to be normal again. Yeah, so I dropped Batman Zdarsky's. I'm sick of it. Batman losing a hand is one thing. I was like, it's permanent now unless they reboot it and he gets his hand magically.
I love showing this off because it's such a freaking novelty. But the only way I could actually read it is if I lay it out on the bed or the floor.
But that's not the book I'm talking about. They actually has like a leather bound. And it's like it actually looks like a magic book. You open up like the Darkhold. It looks like the Darkhold, actually.
Yeah, that's huge.
Oh, okay, but this is a 1.5 to 2 feet tall. Right here, it is. I had to have it. I saw it at Ollie's of all things, and I was like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna buy that." This is like $125 originally, but I was thinking, yeah, this would be awesome. I'm good with this, but I thought it might be cool to do a video just reading from it, but it's got to be laid down. Can't freaking hold that thing for long. Holy crap, we lost Venkman. You still there, man?
I'm here.
All righty, let me get this all evened up and everything. I like this a little bit better. What do we got? Shazam and Zatanna, Robot Man, Night Terrors were pretty good, says Jim Sorensen. I always threatened to read them, but never did. Dave is saying that Marvel toilet paper is perfect for the on the can. I did a reading of the Marvel toilet paper comic over at From the Long Box. So if you guys get a chance, please go on over there. The link should be in the chat, not the chat, but the description. So that'd be cool. Yeah, it's very simple. It was only like eight paid rolled. What do we call it? Sections of toilet paper. Yeah, and then it repeats itself. Yeah, like the absolute. No, this definitely dwarfs the app. But yeah, I know those are tall as well.
Of toilet paper, if you notice the toilet paper rolls are getting smaller and they're staying the same price. Connell did that. I noticed.
I have not.
Who's doing the shopping? You or Gail?
Gail shops for that kind of stuff. She works at Walmart.
I thought maybe you guys do shopping together.
A lot of times she'll get off work and she'll do some quick picking up and all that kind. Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah,
because I want nacho fixins for tomorrow. That would be cool. So, yeah, no professionalism on this channel, ladies and gentlemen, especially during a live stream. I always thought live streams, sometimes we're doing something, like if I'm doing a reading or something like that, okay, got to put on the air of professionalism. But if we're just
Hello?
hanging out and chatting,
Hello, this is Pedro. I like 2 nachos.
oh yeah, no, I like to make my own.
Uber Eats.
Let's see.
What a dumb name for that. It's Uber Eats. Some guy named Uber is out there eating your food. You're paying him.
Okay,
I don't squeeze the Charmin. There's nothing to squeeze. The rolls are like getting smaller and smaller.
Okay, speaking of squeezing, does anybody hate that Lorena Bobbert anymore now that you saw her getting felt up?
You know, I don't even know what the whole thing is. I saw she's attractive. She got fed up. She got felt up in the theater, but she was mutually filling up the other guy.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about that. She's cute. She's got boobs. Who cares?
Are we supposed to? Are we supposed to now hate her for doing what everybody has done at least once in a movie theater?
First of all, who's recording them?
It's supposedly security.
Okay, so why are they releasing videos of them? And not only that, everyone else around them is now being exposed, and those people should sue.
No, my thinking is they zoomed in.
They did, because there's no way it'd be that close.
And they did. So they probably caught it and thought they were going to get a show. And then when everything started happening, they released it.
So I want to know though, why? I mean, why would you film inside? I guess because the shootings they had in that one theater in Colorado, but there's no cameras in the theater part where I am. Outside the concessions where all the cameras are, by all the exits, there's cameras.
Now this is a play kind of theater. It's not like a movie theater. This is a play.
Okay. I was like, how does that work? Like, in my vision, flash from the screen.
Yeah. So that was what's going on, but I don't know if anyone who, except for of course the far left, who it doesn't matter what she would have done. They'll find a reason, right? But I don't know of anybody who thinks that she is less than because of what happened.
Eric, come on, jump on.
The same people saying she should step down and defending the Dems chick running for office who did. Exactly. I put that out on Twitter. I said, not but 5 minutes ago, we had somebody with a OnlyFans, and we're going after her for getting felt up in a theater.
She didn't have his penis out. She wasn't jacking him off. She wasn't giving him a blowjob.
As a matter of fact, if you look, what really happened was he moved her hand to his crotch, and then
she moved it back, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how long it stayed there because they always cut away, but I was hoping to have a dress.
I was counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi,
and of course it got the whole who's hotter, AOC or Barbert.
I mean, geez, why would you record in a theater? I mean, I record in my own home when we're watching movies, but that's different, though.
Right. That's creepy as fuck.
Hey, neighbor, want to come over? Get camera and like right next
down. Bow wow wow. Bow bow wow. Let's see. That's pop calling kettle African.
Was that Modern Family? Well, they had that the rich people like, here's our panic room, and I went with the camera, and I forgot what it was. The 2 guys were just complaining, like they're making fun of the rich guy, and like, who has a freaking panel? They're making fun of his place, and they're like, get out. It's like, what?
I've actually started rewatching that.
Dude, Modern Family. If you like Married Children, watch Modern Family. It's not as gross to test humor as Married Children was, but it's got its moment. It's got its humor. I love it.
Yeah,
like I watched the episode where it was the parents wanted to be they're on vacation, and the oldest daughter, I just met some kids. We're gonna go over here, and the mother wanted to go. He's like, no, we're on vacation. She's like, it doesn't feel right. I want to go with her. It's like, and then she's like, wait, this feels kind of naughty because like I'm not paying attention to the kids, and it's like, see,
the scene I liked is when the gay couple was at the gas station, and he's dressed like a clown, and the straight-laced guy, he's arguing, you shouldn't be dressed like a clown. It's not that kind of party. They'll hire somebody, blah blah. And he gets out to pump gas, and this guy starts hassling him, and the clown gets out and said, I love this line, I will beat your head into the hood of this car until the airbags deploy. I have used that since. That is a great freaking
Or
line. Man.
like
I like that.
the gay couple are on there and they run into the old guy and he's over here like, oh, that's it. He can barely really old guy. He's like, oh, that's my lost love. You know, like she got away and like try to get them together. And she's like, you know, he wants to say something. You know, he's like, you know, it's like, but she's like at the end. But what about his wife?
For fuck's sake! By the way, instead of talking about comics, Bleeding Cool. I kid you not. This is an article.
Yeah.
This is an article from Bleeding Cool. Let's not. I mean, we're talking about Modern Family, so maybe I don't have room to talk. Get spooky once again with the return of Mountain Dew Voodoo. All it is it's clear, and they don't tell you what flavor it is. There you go. Is this a Delaware?
You won. Best Modern Family moment. Mom says, "Grab the hoe." Meeting the garden tool, the son grabs his eldest sister. Or the neighbor just moved in and like he's like, you know, me the one with the double bash, and he's like, how do you know it? Well, I'm a real estate model, like, you know. But now actually, I'm just, you know, we were selling that home, and she's kind of like, you should come over, you know, hang out with us, you know, sometime. And the wife's like, she's never coming over.
Yeah, I remember that. That's one of the first episodes.
Yeah, I remember that too.
So yeah, what the there is absolutely no news for freaking comics anymore.
Like I said, the newest for comic books is what's coming out this week. That's the topic. That's always going to be. You know, like I said, I mean, look at my pull list for myself. But
what is coming out this week? Oh, by the way, I'm learning how to do AI. I've asked my daughter, I've asked others to do art and such like that. Nobody's doing so. I went to this thing. It's a comic book creator with AI, so I'm going to learn how to do that. And I thought one of the things I'll try to do is I've got in my head, if I wrote, it was a video series I used to do. And okay, I'm finding out that the old video series are popular. Okay, I'll do those.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to learn how to do that. And when I do an if I wrote, I'm going to try to do it comic book style. So that'll be the video and such. And I'll use my own character. So if it's like if I wrote America Chavez, I'll try to put my own stand-in character for it. So there you go.
Benjamin Percy and Greg Land have Predator versus Wolverine coming out.
What is it?
Predator versus Wolverine.
Predator versus Wolverine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done.
$8. $8.
I'm pretty much done with any fucking book costing $8. But
Hawker number 3's out.
Learning how to do AI, and I'm almost asked who's she.
Bill Kenny's his basically his Green Lantern War Journal is out this week. He finally gets his own book for Green Lantern because it was the backup issue in Jeremy Adams stuff. I didn't care for it, but at least it's a lot of Jeremy Adams' book, and Jeremy Adams can actually use all the pages instead of having to crunch up his stories. That's another thing too. I just let Jeremy Adams write 48 pages every single freaking month. I don't care. Like, let him write more. I mean, he's not one of those writers who just fills what's filling or fillers in there. He actually old man, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm awake.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm streaming with Joe Biden tonight. Wake up, Mr. President.
I remember I was on the top floor of the second tower when it went down. I wrote it, and I kept falling, and then I've fallen, and then I'm falling, and then I've fallen, and I'm standing over the body of a woman I'm about to shoot, and across the way there's a black guy with a gun. They all got guns, but there's a black guy with a gun, and he wants to shoot me before I shoot the little girl.
Uncanny Spider-Man's out this week. Remember if Nightcrawler was Spider-Man in the Miles Morales costume?
Yeah,
that's coming out.
Okay.
Noctera last issue. Big game.
Thank you, Ashen, for the $2 super chat saying, for real, Benjamin Percy is a great writer.
That's what I've been hearing. I think Undead Quinn, if he's still here, I think he's the one that's been reading Ghost Rider. He's been enjoying it.
The last couple of times they put out Ghostbusters, Ghost Rider, excuse me. I'm going to bed. I did like it, but they actually allowed him to be Ghost Rider. I don't know. Maybe they're setting him up for a bad fall because before they did this shit heel Punisher story, they did a really good Punisher story. So
Mark Miller's big
Hello,
game
Helium.
number 3 is out this week. If you checking that out, if you guys aren't watching that, it has featuring. If you've been watching not watching, but reading the was it Nightclub with the kids or vampires? They're next up along with this in this issue number 3. Red Sonja is coming out. If everybody has been following Red Sonja, it's Torun Grumbuck. She is the one that was writing Thor after Kate's left. And she's been doing pretty well on this. She hasn't putting any identity politics.
That's the way to go.
Walter Giuliani is back from the 2005 run. You're getting good art with actually a decent writer. It's been fun.
Glenzer's for the scores 4 and 7. Years ago today, I was graduating college. Okay, that's my Biden.
If you ain't voting for me, you ain't black. I love that.
If you're not voting for me, I'm black.
World's Finest is out this week, number 19. This has been a really good book that I've been enjoying that. What else is out this week as well? Walking Dead Deluxe, number 71, still going strong.
By the way, that Daryl Dixon show is pretty damn good.
Yeah. Did you watch the second issue?
Second episode?
Right.
No, I haven't.
So, yes.
I didn't know it was out, but yeah, I'll check it out. Oh my God.
First impressions, I'm like, ooh, this is going to get religious.
I know right away. It's like, wait, so he's protecting the Messiah? Is this what I'm getting?
But then you watch the second episode, and it's
no, and then
the second episode, I'm gonna tell you right now, they run into Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay, rock on. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Zombie shit. Right? No, like I said, I like the second episode. I'm loving the AI intros because screw anybody who's trying to strike. Who cares?
Oh my gosh, it sucks. Drew Barrymore apologized. What is it? Somebody in TV, they sent a message. It was like Drew Barrymore should have known better. I got pissed. I normally try not to fight on Twitter with people. It doesn't matter. But I was like, nope. Oh, it was fucking hell. The guy. I really like him as an actor. He was in that cop show, buddy cop show, where he was the 1970s cop, Tom Hanks' kid. What the fuck is his name? Anyway, he sent a message. I'm like, nobody has the fucking right to tell you or anyone else when you can and cannot work.
Jack, wait.
Drew Barrymore, and not only that, but they're so, I'm a writer, I'm an actor, I'm on strike. Fuck you, because when you go on strike and you shut down Hollywood, there's grips. There are there's cameramen. There's people who don't get seen who are now out of work because of your freaking precious ass. So anyway, there you go.
It wouldn't be so bad if we actually had Trump in office and we actually had our factories open again, so people had somewhere to go and actually learn how to. Back in the 70s,
learn the code.
They would actually hire you on and they pay you to go and learn how to do the job. Now they expect you to come in and know how to, because they can't afford to anymore because all of the EPA policy crap.
The new Ghost Rider has been good, but Talia Warroad has taken over the book the last few issues.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not another freaking she-writer, because we already had one of those before.
The
Angelica
effect. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're wondering, I'm allergic to onions and foods that are in the onion family. What's going to end up happening is, as I said before, my health bar drains and then I kind of pass out.
Super chat.
I've drunk 2 bottles. This is actually a bottle and a half right now because I'm trying to fight the effect so I can stay.
All right. So we're taking bets. If you guys want to play super chats on when he's going to finally pass out
and
on stream.
Then tonight I'm going to have a very, very special relationship with me and the commode. So, But that's what happens when I get poisoned. Unfortunately, one of my favorite foods or favorite spices is garlic. I asked for no garlic on the pizza because I didn't want to do this because I knew I was going to do a show, and oops. So I'm out of it. I am. Are you masturbating?
No, tiny violin.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
I mean, I guess that
I'm
would be
not-
your size, right?
I'm not garnering. I'm not trying to, do the whole sympathy thing. Although sympathy super chats would be helpful, but no, seriously, I'm not. I'm just saying this is why I'm acting strange, is because really, I'm trying to fight passing out. I'm trying to stay up and stay awake.
Strange, and I don't look good.
But that's why also we were going to do a bad comic beatdown tonight, and just decided let's hang out as friends and have a chat.
Yeah.
No onion ring stream for E. You know what? The super chats would have to be a hell of a lot bigger if I'm going to eat a bag of Funyuns for you.
Funyuns. Nice.
That's yeah.
I love Funyuns.
Huh?
I said I love Funyuns.
You know what? I actually don't mind the taste, but when we didn't know what was causing me to do this, I actually had some Funyuns. They didn't taste bad. I like the taste of French onion soup. What I don't like is how it makes me sick and tired. Trying to fight passing out, E can be precedent.
Well, if you want to keep this on topic, I can share my screen. We can look at the comic books that are coming out this week.
Go right on ahead. Let's talk about upcoming books that I will say I'm about to read. But then, I've got books. I've got books right now that I've got some called Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy. I have that lined up.
Yeah.
Something called Tear Us Apart. Spider-Gwen Contest of Chaos. I've got all these lined up because I wanted to do reviews along with the books that I already read. What?
I want to play a game that we normally play on Ash. We haven't played on Ash's channel in a while, but basically, we go through each row, and we choose which book we would, if we were forced to get a book, the book we would get.
All right.
So let me share my screen here. Get this going.
Not talking about the usual sex, but any new female writer is automatically pegged as being substandard and can only write eating scenes.
Who's pegging what?
New writers. They only write eating scenes. Okay.
All right. So, so you can do 4 books, or I can zoom out and we can do
4. Let's make it simple. 4 is good.
All right. So out of these 4 books, obviously easy.
Yeah, let's take World's Finest for granted. And what else?
That's my pick. And I want people in the chat. Well, I don't know what you guys are picking.
Is Taylor off of Nightwing?
He's still on Nightwing.
Okay, then
Zeb Wells on Spider-Man.
Zeb Wells on Spider-Man.
I'm not sure who's on Saga. I think that's Brian Hill.
Brian K. Vaughan.
Brian K. Vaughan.
In this case, is it Kicking the Balls? I mean, it's obviously World's Finest is the one that we go for. Is a secondary. I would. I'd save my money.
If World's Finest was there, I'd go with Saga because I like Brian K. Vaughan and other books.
I guess he is the better one, but he definitely fell off the wagon onto the left there. Funyuns brought to buy the makers of Captain Crunch with twice the mouth shredding.
Marania's saying that Rogue One for this. She said World's Finest. If it wasn't there, she would go with
Nightwing. Yeah, probably me too.
And even if it goes going based off this covers alone.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah. Under Gwen is also agreeing with this, saying World's Finest. Anybody else wants to play? Let us know. I'm going to go on to the next one.
Okay. Which one would we go for here? Oh, straight up Superman. That's the easy one. Yep. After that, I would go Wolverine Hulk.
That is the $7 one, I believe.
No, it's $5.
No, actually, you're right. It's $5. Yeah. The other one, I'm thinking the other one, Predator one.
Something Killing the Children. I read the first few issues and I liked it, but then I dropped off and I tried to go back to it, and it was just incredible. I couldn't follow it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, I'm going for Superman as well. Wolverine 100%. We're getting from Ashton Jekyll.
Okay. Everybody's got their thing, man. Seriously.
Everybody's saying, Baby's saying Superman. Marania's saying Superman.
Hey, Killer Baby. Straight
Glenn's
up
there.
Superman agreed, provided he is straight.
This has been Josh Williamson. So, and I've been liking Jamal's art on here. It's been straight up.
Oh, dude. So I was watching this one lot of comics tonight, and it's very basic kind of thing. Even had some modernish books, which I don't care to pick up. But I'm looking through all of this, and at the bottom row, there was like 50 Flaming Carrot books. And I was like, I need this. I need this in the auction so much. And so it had 20 minutes to go, and I started working on a thumbnail for the thumbnail that I didn't use tonight, and I missed the goddamn auction.
Oh.
And it went for $20 less than I was willing to pay.
Dark, what's up? The Dark Admiral March here says I dropped off issue 18. I'm assuming he's talking about World's Finest. He just lost interest.
Is it World's Finest or Something Killing the Children?
Well, the only one that has 18. That's on 19 now. So.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm making.
Well, no, Something Killing the Children is up to 33. So he
I'm assuming he's talking World's Finest. But curious to see what made you lose interest, because I personally been loving that. I think it's a better. Now there's a World's Finest Teen Titans, which is aimed towards little kids.
I'm going to go to the comic shop tomorrow and try to just say, look, I can't do this. So, and he's saying Something Killing the Children. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. If it's been 3 months and been holding it, they stopped holding you. They bet you.
Hopefully, I called them today, asked them if they still have books for me, and they said yes. What I'm hoping they did is just looked and said, yeah, well, these are old. We're taking them back. The only ones I'm really interested in picking up is I pulled a whole bunch of Facsimile books.
I can tell you right now, they're probably not going to hold for you anymore, or they're going to charge you because of the books they could have sold.
Maybe.
But it all depends what it is, you know.
Maybe, but I really do want to go pick up the Facsimiles and tomorrow. That's about it. And Justice Society. Out of these, okay.
Miller's Titans, Teenie Howard, Catwoman, Tom King, Wonder Woman, and well, that's Spawn. That's Todd McFarlane.
All right, let's face it. If I had a choice, I'm getting that Wonder Woman, because there's no way I am not making a video out of it tomorrow. As soon as that thing pops up where I could snag some pictures from it and everything, I am bad comic beating that thing down. By the way, if it is released on any of the sites, I will go live immediately.
It will tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm saying sometimes Read Comics Online has them instantly. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a few days. Yeah, if it's on there instant, you guys are getting an afternoon stream of me beating the shit out of Wonder Woman.
All right, so I'm curious to see it because I love Daniel Sampere, whatever his name is, his art. I love it. I've been seeing it here. It's cool. Not the biggest Tom King fan, but people can change. People can write good stuff.
Catwoman would be.
Teenie Howard will never change.
Because I have to do that. See, I'm looking at the bad books and I'm excited because I get to make videos of them. Yep. I don't want to read them. Really, the one that I would go for first would be the Titans, because I'm a bigger Teen Titans fan than anything else. But
okay, so he says Daredevil. God, I'm gonna call him damn hair. I'm not gonna say all 4 words, man. That's a lot. Since I didn't pick up World's Finest, I've heard good things about, but I just haven't been to my shop in months. How does it feel to have more money?
I know, right?
Shop. Okay.
He's not the boy.
Glenn's saying he's not the first. Glenn's there to say it. These covers are not good. Yeah, I mean, even I don't like how the pose on the cover for even Daniels are but the Titans looks very generic.
Well, the problem with the Titans is what's the image you're supposed to focus on?
Well, it looks like someone's being sacrificed.
Well, that's the whole thing. The image that you're supposed to focus on in the center, the main focal area of the book, is so far back and pushed back. Everything else around them is highlighted.
You know what would be better? If you're going to have all the heroes on the sides, do the heads, the floating heads with their names under it.
Do a 1970s cover. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Here's somebody.
Hello again, Dominic.
Yeah, there you too.
All right, what's the next four?
I'm reading off everybody's. So we got vote for Spawn. Road Thieves, she's an evil road because I want none of the books on there. If I had to pick one, Wonder Woman. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, Gaslight at the Spawn. This is Glenzer. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's okay. Glenzer met every cover he's seen so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
there haven't been a lot of good ones.
All right. There's that.
Noctera, so fucking quick. I like that book.
It's been fun.
Yeah,
I'm
me
curious.
too.
Curious how it's going to end because Snyder has a typical habit of not knowing how to end stories. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but besides Noctera, I just recently learned that Undiscovered Country is pretty much still ongoing. Like, and now it's at issue number
it's the last
16.
issue. Yep.
Yeah. And the reason why nobody really talked about it much because it was during a hiatus status.
Yeah, he had a pause, and then they had a special one-shot thing, which was kind of like, okay, I didn't need to read this. It was kind of pointless. And now we're getting back to the issue here, and then it's over. So I'm not sure what he's working. If he's got another.
Wait, no, that's the one where Nightcrawler. They're like, hey, fuck it, let's ruin two characters at once. Let's make Nightcrawler Spider-Man. Shit, we got a lot of reading to do.
So,
yeah.
So what's this about choosing comic books that are coming out in this coming week?
Yeah, these are going to be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
So the thing is I'm not seeing anything really except for World's Finest I want to pick up because I think it's going to be good.
So Uncanny Avengers, I mean, I love seeing Rogue. I mean, if she's written well, I'm not sure. I forgot who's writing this, but Guardians has been fun.
They screwed up Rogue for me when they made it so she can absorb powers at a distance. That's not the point of Rogue. Rogue is a tragic character who cannot be touched. And they're like, oh, now I can't. It doesn't matter. Let's go yourself.
Yeah, because if you want a character who can mimic the powers of other mutants from a distance, they're Sync of Generation X.
One of the things I really do hate about modern comics is that instead of thinking of a way for a superhero to defeat a villain, they go, oh, we'll just give him a new power. We'll just make Spider-Man as strong as the Hulk. We'll just do, it's ridiculous.
Even though that is very inconsistent with how his strength levels were established back then.
Yeah.
All right. Going through Eric, the next role. I'm going to choose Noctera as well, but Uncanny Avengers is Captain America, and he's not being written as a socialist. Is always great. But I think it's been kind of mid. I read the first issue. It was all right. Zach's been getting it, but I'm like, I just can't pull it. It's $5.
That Uncanny Spider-Man.
I would go with Noctera and Guardians of the Galaxy, but I need to read the previous issues to get the gist of it.
They should have just called it Nightcrawler and did a Nightcrawler book, but okay. It is what it is. Let's go. Turtles.
Yeah. Wait, who's the current writer for TMNT?
I don't know.
There's nothing else.
We're just going off what we see here. I'm not going to click on stuff.
Just straight up. Yeah. It would be the Turtles and then the Bounty Hunters. And then I would not pick either of the other.
Hey, look, another X-Men book where they don't tell you who the
I'll
writer
go
is.
for Gunslinger.
So yeah, that's another thing. Aaron Sparrow, he did a tweet. He's like, Marvel shared out. Look, everything, but they didn't tell you who the writers are. They just said, oh, this book coming out this week. And Aaron Sparrow's like, why don't you tell them who the writers are so they can decide if they want to buy it or not? Otherwise, it's just a random X-Men title. No one cares.
Maranya says TMNT is the least of. I've been enjoying the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So Undead Quinn saying number 1. It has a cool post. I love the art. It reminds me of the Daredevil. What they got.
It also reminds me of the Gunslinger by Steve. Well, the Gunslinger Born the Dark Tower, which is a prequel to the Dark Tower series by Stephen King.
But I would go with TMNT. Because he's on a skateboard. He's got a 7-Eleven Slurpee. I'm not really caring for the people in the background. It looks weird. Looks like they're on a counter Earth. Wait, is that Jenica in the background? Oh, that's not. Can't tell. But Gunslinger Spawn is cool, but I've read it, though. I'm not a fan of it. So But going off Turtles, I love Turtles. That's my pick number 2. All right, going on my next one, real here. It's really easy to pick. I'm going with Captain America, number 1.
Who's writing it?
This is Straczynski.
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
Who's writing the Predator Wolverine?
That is Benjamin Percy. That's the $7 book. $8.
You got Batman White Knight. This
Generation-
is the row right here, man. Seriously.
Well, I mean, three out of 4 because Grimm is written by Stephanie Phillips.
Yeah,
She's passable. She's somebody who really can't end a book, but she's passable at the very least. There's no bad here, but there are 3 possible strong.
Stephanie Phillips has a thing, a habit when in her books, even indie books, it's like it always has to have a lesbian couple or a girl is like, oh, she's bisexual, then she's.
I remember when that was a good thing.
You know that, but I'm talking about Amanda Among Me. That's the only book I like by Stephanie Phillips.
Amanda Among You, yes. I got to agree. Well, no, I think I would go Predator versus Wolverine, even though it's going to be Wolverine. It would be Wolverine every time because they Wolverine over when they made it so he could regenerate from a drop of blood.
And okay, continue. I was just going to say.
I was going to say. I remember in the X-Men comics, Mystique. They were doing simulator and everything. Mystique cuts Wolverine's throat, and he bled out. It was a simulation, obviously, but he bleeds out before his healing factor can save him. In the bit with the adamantium, his healing factor might not have saved him. There was tension. And then in Civil War, he healed from a drop of blood. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, that's more of Deadpool and Death Blow's department, not Wolverine's.
When it comes to this, so Predator and Wolverine sounds great. It's $8 though, and it's Benjamin Percy. I wonder how many freaking ads there. If it said no ads, it'd be even better. Like the Archie versus Punisher.
Yeah.
That no ads whatsoever in it, and that book was solid.
Captain America, I'm interested to see if they make Captain America again.
Well,
sorry for the yawning.
This is the first that Straczynski's been on an ongoing book since One More Day crap they forced him to write.
Yeah, I mean it's been over 20 years.
Well, no, 2007. Almost 20 years.
Oh,
it is one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So,
I'll make it.
But obviously, I'm going Captain America. It looks really cool. I wonder if he's going to do more about Steve when Steve was a boy, before he, if it's early stuff like that.
Well, 16 years.
The Predator book is pretty much you got. I'm hoping that it's not that they're going to rewrite Wolverine's origins, but if it is where Wolverine just gets out, remember he's all a ravaged beast, and like you're showing the cover. If that's the scene, sure, cool. But if you show me that cover and I don't get that version of Wolverine, Savage Wolverine, I'll be pissed. White Knight presents Generation Joker. It's been a fun story, and it's Katrina Collins or Katana Collins, John Gore Murphy's wife.
Okay.
So Harley Quinn is trying to save her kids. We're running into basically alternate counterparts of the Justice League, which never formed in this version. John Stewart's not a Green Lantern, but he's an FBI agent along with Diana Prince. So and we saw Wally West. We have Batman. We haven't seen Superman yet, so I'm hoping they're going to tease that again or in the next book. But it's been here. Mercury and Delpha on the art is not that great, but it grows on you. But my pick is number 1 for Captain America. All right, next row.
Yeah.
If you're not picking Hawk Girl, you guys are being canceled.
I'm not picking her.
You're a sexist.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alpha Flight?
I haven't read the first issue, so I can't really say if it's good or not. I have read the first issue of Hot Girl. We got to get to the second issue because the first issue was golden.
But look, it's the Court of Owls again. Everyone's doing Court of Owls. You just keep as they fall back to Court of Owls. Damn you, Scott Snyder. That's all everybody does now. It's even the Paul Dini book right now. The Batman Adventures Continue. They're near the Court of Owls.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Which has been the best Batman book. I don't care what he says. I love Rampy, but the best is the Animated Adventures Continue.
I still need to catch up on that series.
It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But Walking Dead, I've read it, but it's better than anything up there.
Oh.
So Walking Dead.
I would also go with The Walking Dead out of all four.
Walking Dead, it's Alexandria. They first got there. They're trying to adjust, not having to deal with zombies. You know.
Well, I am going to let you drive the car, dude.
All right.
I have to lay down at this point.
Also, if anybody wants to donate to Ko-Fi link, that helps out the channel, helps pay for Ingleteen's medical bills, and possibly the funeral. That's how that is.
I'll sleep it off, man. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to sleep it off, and then I'm going to feel I already feel sick.
You know what it
is?
I
need to throw up. But
you know what it is? You were supposed to sleep till 9 o'clock again tonight.
Right. Yeah, that happened yesterday. It wasn't like I fell asleep. I kept waking up, but yeah, Loki, it looks bad, but because picking a good one is just too tough. Yeah, later, hopefully. Thank you, Dark Hammer. It's just I got food troubles, and I ended up getting hit. It's good pizza otherwise, but can't do the garlic. You guys have a good time, and I don't have to ask you what you're doing tomorrow because there you go.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to show you. Tomorrow, Zach and I are going to show you the books that we're getting, plus the trades are coming out.
So go on over to From the Long Box. Tomorrow I will have I'll have another chapter of why you suck for being a comic book fan online. Then I'm going to have the next chapter of the Team Ups, which is going to be DC Comics Presents #1. Maybe. I always say I'm going to do that one because I really think I should ride the momentum on this. Comic books were better. Yeah.
Next chapter. Yeah. Why manga sucks.
Why? Hey. That was actually today's. They said that what is it, that comic book readers suck because they love manga too much. So yeah, check it out. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying breaking these down. Vigil. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Later.
See ya and get well soon.
See
ya. Yep. So we got Cyborg. Not sure who's writing that. I can't see the print in here, but probably someone I don't care for. There's the New World Journal, which has been a semi-decent story in a backup. Phil Covey Jr. We got Rob Liefeld over on Deadpool Better Blood, which I've been reading. I've been enjoying it. So, but Vigil is Ram D.
I agree.
I do love the cover for the Dawn of DC Green Lantern one there, but John looks like he's a teenager. I don't like that.
Yeah, he does. Instead of an older man.
I prefer him as the older man because I grew up with the Justice League animated show where he was, he looked so much older, sounded older. This looks like he's a guy in his 20s. Instead
of a man who's either every time I read like any Green Lantern with John Stewart, like he looks like a man in his 40s. You know what I mean? Because he's been an active Green Lantern for such a long time, along with Hal, Alan Scott, and the others.
Yeah, you look him on this, and he kind of looks like the guy, like he was on All American. He's getting ready to go play high school football.
Right.
Him and Victor Stone should never look the same age.
No, they don't.
Victor Stone's on Teen Titans, or was on Titans, where he was on, part of the actual Justice League, older.
Mm-hmm. I'll say for this row, I would pick the Vigil, War Journal, and Deadpool Better Blood.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm enjoying Deadpool Better Blood, and I've been enjoying Wolverine. I've been enjoying everything that's going on. It's been kind of kookiness. It's the way Rob writes Deadpool is not like everyone else writes Deadpool. He writes Deadpool more serious than than you get everyone else. So you're not getting the crazy bad Harley Quinn or the bad Deadpool that everybody loves. Loves to hate on.
No.
So and you can draw feet better now.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the feet are better.
Well, yeah. I mean, I mean, in spite of like how some people like give like Rob a lot of crap, but if you real actually look at how he has evolved, both as an artist and a writer, I've seen with Deadpool Battle Blood, like he has grown a lot as an artist.
Yeah. But as for a writer compared to to Ram V is well thought out, planned out. It's but you're also getting two different types of tones here for stories. Why? Uh, Deadpool
Right.
is a little bit more action, more a little bit more violence with a little bit of humor thrown in. The Vigil is from what I've read the first issue. It seems like it's more serious. It's more planetary style, like Warren Ellis, more like a
Yeah, yeah.
more serious. So Green Lantern, War Journal. A lot of people love John Stewart, but whenever I look at that cover, I think of the bad, recently animated DC John Stewart when they had out.
Ooh, yeah. That remains like
And
one of like
Cyborg,
the worst.
I'm not a fan of Cyborg because I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, what's with his outfit? Why is he wearing pants? Is he back to being like he was in the Titans, where he was not completely machine? No, I guess. So I don't know. It's just weird when I see him wearing a coat. I think of like, wow, that's as bad as watching Titans, or not Titans, not Titans, but Doom Patrol on the Max. When you see like, oh, Cyborg, is he a robot? Only from his face. Everything else is covered by a jacket and pants. The laziest
Yeah.
lazy.
I mean, very lazy. I mean, at least with when how Victor was utilized in Smallville, like you can at least tell that he is a cyborg.
No. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Deadpool. That's my pick. I know people are picking the Vigil, but
Well, yeah, I said I picked the Vigil, Deadpool, as well as War Journal to give it a shot.
all right. For me, it's big game. I'm enjoying that story, but man,
Same.
that misery
I
fucking
know. I know.
that
I always my jaw dropped with what would happen in issue 2. Like what? No way.
yeah. I haven't read it though, but I'm just saying the cover though looks creepy. I love that. I love that.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's a Carnage thing. It should be disgusting like that. So
Well, what I appreciate about Big Game is going back to a timeline where the comic book covers are actually giving readers a tease of what's to come inside the text.
right.
Well, text and the art. And it always puts a smile on my face to see like some like old Millwall characters come back for this crossover.
Right. All right.
Besides Big Game, I would also pick the Born Orchid Mythos.
Okay. What else we got here? So yeah, the Born Ultra Mythos Tenement. That's a kind of cool cover. I don't know nothing about
Yeah,
the book. Jeff Lemire Fish Flies. The art on the cover alone makes me not want to get it.
it's because of the art.
I'm not a fan of it. It looks kind of weird.
Well, I get it.
Well, okay, so I guess they're both by. Oh, they are okay. As Dunquist said, they're both from Lemire books. The Bone Orchard and the Fish Flies, and he's been enjoying them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually I've known about fish flies for some time, but I haven't really picked it up yet. And while I get that the art is
Yeah.
not up to everybody's taste, but objectively I would not call it bad art. As
Right.
as for Cult of Carnage, Misery, it doesn't really pull me in because I mean similar to how DC was utilizing Harley, Carnage is being used like one too many times by Marvel.
Yeah. All right. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty here. Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Red, number three. Sorry, Redder, number three. What If Dark Carnage, number one. We're also looking at Strange Academy, Moon Knight, number one, and Time Before Time, 27. I am instantly pulled in by Moon Knight. I'm enjoying that
Same.
character. If I was the 90s, I'd be like, dude, Carnage, sweet. But being like I said, I'm going Strange Academy.
I would
I'm
too.
yeah. Uh, no, but he poisoned himself with onions. But you're welcome to jump on, Eric. We're just
Yeah,
talking about comic
join the
books,
party.
stuff you like. All right. Raw Strange number 10, or Moon Knight. Okay, cool. All right. I haven't seen anybody else voting. London Quinton said number 2, Carnage. All right. Give it a little more time. But yeah, like I said, Strange Academy, when they first came out, I read it. And I was focused on this girl joining the group, the academy. The Strange was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I remember Strange ended up leaving the book because he had to go do other stuff. Or is either Strange left the book or Dr. Strange was doing two things at once, and there was no continuity. It's like, how could he be over here doing this and doing that? It felt, but I remember it was Humberto Ramos' art, and I was like, still not a fan of his. Now I will say that he's gotten a little better, but when he first started on Spider-Man back in the day, when he was taking over, right around before One More Day? Just right around before that, he was doing some stuff.
Yeah. No. That'll be before One More Day because he was taking over art duties from John Romita Jr.
All right. All right. So going to the next row. As we get to the bottom, it gets nitty gritty. I love this. That's why I like doing 4 at a time because it stretches it out. So it's like you're like, okay, because if I did 6 in a row, it gets harder because not all the good books you like are in one row.
Right.
Yeah. Kaya, that's Wes Craig. I'm not sure if that's Skybound or not.
Actually, I have Kaya in my pull box, and I mean it is an Image book, but I need to check back to see if it's part of the Skybound imprint.
Yes, because it sounds like the one that there was a book started with a K. I thought Ash was reading up this book, but he's not here. Austin, he had to go home and just lay down for a bit. He wasn't feeling well. Ram V's on Rare Flavors. Now, I love Ram V band, but like I said, it's one of those cases when you get very, very bad art, even not in the storytelling can save you. And that cover does nothing to grab my attention. Unless you're going for a Cowboy Bebop villain.
Mm-hmm. All right, so under Quinn is voting for number 4, which is Kaya, and not a bad choice.
All right, Turtle, Stranger Things.
Have you been reading that?
Sounds like a dumb crossover.
Yeah.
And then you have
I mean, the question is like, how can you fit Stranger Things with TMNT?
Right. I don't know. I haven't read it. It's around issue number 3. But the 2 cheapest books in here are the Stranger Things and the Kaya, which is your Image, probably Skybound.
Possibly.
Undead was saying What If, Dark Carnage, Larry Hama. Yeah, I think you might be watching the delay. All right. For me, though, for picking out of here, though, out of the books, Kaya looks kind of cool, so I'll choose Kaya. All right. Next book. I don't know anything about this Hexagon Bridge, but it's issue number 1.
Does it say who's the writer and artist?
Richard Blake, it says. Richard Blake.
Not familiar with him.
Yeah, not me either. There's The Forge, which looks like it's Becky Cloonan. Red Sonja is a book I'm going to choose because I've been reading that.
Is it good?
So, yeah, that's the one I told you that's been written by Torn Grunbook.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, and it has Walter Giovanni doing the interior art. I'm not sure there's a cover for this, but Gargoyles, I gave up. I just couldn't get into it anymore. It just got
the main series or this one?
Well, I the first one. because it got to the point where there's too much lore I did not know because I only watched the TV show. I never read the comics. So
Oh,
in order to understand where all these new people come from, you had to go read the comics. And I don't care to go back and read stuff from like 20 years ago. Like, dude, if you're starting a story, do what most people do. You're acting as Disney. It should be the cartoon where the cartoon branches out, or just do season one of the cartoon. I don't know,
no,
but
I get it. I get
so
it.
what are you picking now?
I'm gonna go with Red Sonja.
Okay, Hexagon Bridge looks kind of interesting. Let me see what that is. Oh, go look. Load. It says it's by Richard Blake, and he does the cover. So that's the interior art is the actual guy doing the art.
Oh,
Explorers Jacob and Elena Armem find themselves trapped in a strange parallel dimension, exclusive landscapes and shifting architecture, inhabited by mischievous entities. Now it's up to their clairvoyant daughter, Adley, and a sentient robot, Staten, heard both ways, to rescue them. 24 pages for $4.
huh. It sounds like Hexagon Bridge is Inception, but mix it with alternate dimension shenanigans.
Yeah, it could be good. I mean, if
Yeah.
it's you're taking a chance. If it's $4 for 24 pages, which I'd rather have 32 for that price.
Or better, very good. It's
Yeah.
Inception meets the video game Control. Because like that game too has shifting environments.
Hey, what's up, MK? It's an
Hey, okay.
he's saying would love to see some Street Shark comics. Maybe one of these days. One of these, bro. All right. I want Vin Diesel to do a live action version because he was the original voice actor for one of the Street Sharks.
Oh, wait, seriously?
Yeah, he was.
Oh man.
I always
Wait,
forget how old.
I mean, I've seen Street Sharks, but wow.
Did you watch Street Sharks as a kid when it was live?
No, wait, when it was airing at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the early 90s.
Oh, actually, I watched Street Sharks like after it ended, but I forgot like what year.
Okay, so the commercials, you had Vin Diesel with the toys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he was actually one of the. I forget which one he was. He was one of the Street Sharks.
All right.
All right, we got Frank Miller's Ronin #2, which is actually number 4. Dune House of the Harkonnen #9. Disney Villains Hades #2, and Earth Drivers #10. I'm gonna go with Earth Drivers just because I know Ash is probably watching. Like, oh, you should get Frank Miller. But no, let's see here.
I'll go with Ronin Book 2. And so far, like it has delivered it being a solid continuation of the first Ronin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never read it. I don't know who's doing the art on it though. But like I said, like I just never read. I'd have to go back and read.
Yeah.
I want to read the first series, even though you're not. You probably don't need to for the second book. But it's like watching a sequel to a movie. Like you're not going to watch Jurassic Park 2 without The Lost World without watching the first Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Marania says Hades. Really? Not even the Earth Drivers? I like Earth Drivers because it kind of looks like an apocalyptic kind of world, you know. So
I get it.
And Quinn saying number 1. Randall March Harris saying, I found Cops #1 the last time I was at Dollar Bin driving. My shop owner laughed at how I tickled who I was to find it. Yeah, the problem is like when I find books like that, like a lot of the people who are working at the shop are much younger than I am. I'm 38, so it's like I'm like wondering like these kids are out. I've never read. I wonder if the people working there actually are even reading. I have to ask them if they're actually reading comic books themselves or they're just selling it. Because sometimes I get the impression that they don't read the books or they're more manga because they sell manga there too. So I'm thinking like, you guys just read manga and just work at a comic book store. That's it.
Hmm.
But
Well,
but
local comic book shops I go to, like, it's the employees that work there, like, are composed of both, like, older and younger people, but the latter appreciates, like, the materials that came before.
yeah, I never get like, I've never run into that where I have the older person who's older than me in the shop, where and he just like, looks down on people coming in who've never read the previous stuff. I've never had that bad experience, but I've seen that on
No, me
people's
neither.
videos on YouTube. I'm wondering like, is this all for show or did it actually happen?
Right.
But all right. Antarctica, number 3. Click, click, boom, number 4. Sirens of the City, number 3. Monarch, number 6.
Monarch.
Is that all right? Click, click, boom. It looks like Wagner. I don't know. I'm curious by Antarctica, but then again, it's like, I don't know if this is like tying in, because we get 2 girls on the cover that always, if it's the same girl or if it's just 2 sisters in 2023. But I'm not a fan of the art on Monarch. It looks like like a midget and a kid fighting. Sirens in the City. This all looks too Tumblr to me. That's what when I look at these covers, I think it's just Tumblr art. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't blame you. Nobody's a huge fan of Tumblr art. Well, well, at least with Monarch, it's more it's more professional than Tumblr art.
Marania, row 14. Why do you torture me, RDB? I don't want any of these. I'll go with Dominic's pick and Mark if I must. Well, the title is, what happened to modern comic books. We're showing you what happened to modern comic books. I'm going to go with Click, Click, Boom because it reminds me of 1 Hour Photo.
Oh yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, there we go.
Oh.
Queen of Swords, a barbaric story. In Hell We Fight, number 4. Haunt You to the End, number 4. And Stranger Things, Tales from Hawkins, number 4. I'm going with Queen of Swords.
Same here.
Yeah, it's from the book or the pages of Barbaric, which I've never read, but I do love like barbarian stuff, whether it's male or female. I love sword fighting stuff. I love medieval kind of stuff. I've been really enjoying the Conan stuff.
Yeah, I would give if you're new to Barbaric, I would recommend, like, giving it a chance.
Ash, no one's copying her a bit. You stop doing this.
I'll say, besides Queen of Swords, I would also give Haunt You to the End and a shot, but I would like to read issue 1 first.
No. So, yeah, I mean, it is cool to see Stranger Things still getting comic form. I don't know if it's better than the show, but honestly, hopefully it's Dark Horse. Hopefully it must have a fan base, but it's $3.99 though, which I do appreciate.
Oh yeah.
Vault Comics, I guess, is I'm not sure what they branched out of, or if they're their own company. I always thought that Barbaric was it was Image Book, but
Oh no, Barbaric is part of Vault Comics, and they are their own like independent publisher. It's
yeah.
not an imprint of any other ones.
It is cool to see Top Comics still around. I always thought they went away, but
Yeah, it's always a plus.
Right. Yeah. Looking at this, Terror War. Ooh, dinosaurs and futuristic. I'm kind of I don't even know who the writer is, but traveling to Mars. Number 8. Then we have Wilds at number 4. Money Shot. I've never been a fan of Money Shot, but I know it does have a huge fan base. I've seen. That's another one to Vault. But A Blaze Traveling to Mars, number 8. That sounds like they could be a horror book. So I kind of want to go back and try that out. But Terror War, number 6. Dude, that's Blade Runner with dinosaurs. That's what it looks
right?
like. Yeah. It's- yeah.
Actually, I have Tour War
But
on my pull box, like in one of my pull boxes.
but speaking of Ash being here, check us out in about an hour from here now. We'll be going live at about 11 p.m. Central, I believe, and be 9 p.m. Pacific. We're going to talk about some books. I'm not sure which ones, but Zach will be joining us hopefully. Yeah, so check that out after this.
All right. Wait, seriously, Undead Quinn?
What's that?
Oh no, I'm reading Undead's comment.
Oh.
He said haunt you to the end as climate change meets ghost stories.
Oh, okay. That's kind of creepy. All right, but Travel to Mars, dude, that's a book I might want to check out because I love that. It's just the robot. They're on Mars. I love the kind of close up. Is that a robot looking at them that's getting ready to kill them? What is that?
Yeah.
But dude, if I'm picking anything, I'm going for Terror War #6. That is a dope cover.
Yeah, that'll be my pick too.
Yeah. Wild's End looks kind of weird, but I'm not sure what it's about. But it looks like a cat person, and there's a bunch of dead kids around him. I don't know. It looks kind of weird. All right. I mean, looking at this, we got Jack Kirby's Star Warriors and Star in the Solar Region. It's $10 though. $10.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, $10.
Dang.
Ash is saying climate change stories are my favorite comic book stories. Dude, I love Eclipse. That was the other one that I remember Ash had read it on his channel, and I just fell in love with it. I continued it afterwards when he used to do his lullabies. Yeah, so that's why it was cool. Like the sun, nobody could one day, whatever, I forget what it was, what the reason was, but the sun, no one could be out there. It just burned everybody, so they had to go underground. And if they went outside, they went in spacesuits that had air conditioning inside them.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, wanted to keep, but the thing is, they could only be so long in the sun, even with the suits on. And then, like I said, it was all about what happens when everybody lives underground a base.
Yeah.
It starts to get corruption. You guys start getting gangs, warriors. People are upset. People think that the government's lying to them. They want to go up, and it's just it's all mass chaos. I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Terror Warriors Saladin Ahmed. Why did you say that? I did Clint. Saladin Ahmed is on Terror Wars. Dang it.
Yeah. Wait. Actually, when I read the first issue of Terror War, it's actually written competently, so Ahmed is not pulling any of his shenanigans.
Yep. All right, Scrapper. I'm not sure what this is. It's a cat with a jetpack. It looks like it's an Animal World. They got the dogs on there too. So I mean, it's a furry book. That's what it looks like. Mortal Sergeant. That looks god awful. If anybody's buying that, they're buying it to see how horrible it is in the inside because they can't believe that this is actual comic book.
I mean, while the art is unappealing. However, it is written by Joe Casey.
All right. Have a good night, Dark.
See you later, Dark.
All right. So, but I'm going to Lonesome Hunters, The Wolf Child. Tyra
I'm
Crook.
gonna go Lonesome Hunters too.
So, all right. Then we get into some manga, Rebellion, When Wars Collide. Even if I wanted to read it 2008 AD, none of my shops carry this because Rebellion is horrible at getting books to the US. Then AWA.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm my Hawk the Slayer. I never got my physical book because they never shipped it here. So the trade never came. So what I ended up doing is I found it online. I just watched it and I just read the digital. Because what it was is a collection of the original 2000 AD books that were 20 years ago, or 15 or whatever, 10 years ago, and they just took that story from there and collected it. So I went back and I just read the 2000 AD books.
Okay.
That's the only way I can. Yeah, it sucks because I wish that there was more of a way to I don't know if it's because of COVID policies or whatever, or if maybe they just don't know what they're doing. But it's Rebellion. If you know what Rebellion is, that's That's Garth Ennis's publisher.
Okay,
So,
okay. Well, that makes sense. Ooh. And
The Witch.
also, under Quinn, and then Quinn like put down like who's the creator of Scrapper, and it's Alex DeCampi, which is yeah, that's a major like series to avoid.
Yeah. I mean, just going off covers alone, like The Witcher looks kind of cool. You know,
I concur.
when Wars collide, it looks like the X-Men. Propose Charles Xavier in the tank, and we got these kids. They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna help fight," and he just got dragged there, and it's kind of like, okay. Number 4 is Mark Russell. This one here. Oh yeah, AWA. Yeah.
Oh yeah, traveling to Mars. Mars, like I was put in like I was put in by by the series by one of the older issues. However, when I caught a glimpse of like who's the creative team was and Mark Russell's name's on it, like oh yeah, no.
Yeah, that is true, Ash. My Hero Academia number 400 doesn't even cover. It's the best out of these. That's my pick too.
Although like, honestly, with the later arc of My Hero Academia, like people will have like mixed feelings towards it, and they also enjoy the spin-off series My Hero Academia Vigilantes more than the main series.
Yep. All right, and we're getting to Dark Horse, Panya the Mummy's Curse. Some of these books I've never even heard of. Pathfinder, it's a Dynamite book. Wake the Dead. I guess that's magic book.
Yes,
Magic the Gathering.
Magic the Gathering.
Okay.
And now, does Panya like on the top? Does it say like the world of Hellboy?
Hellblazer, yeah, Hellblazer. Yep. World of Hellboy, yep. Or I said not Hellblazer, Hellboy, yeah. Mike Mignola is on here too. So that actually might be good. I've been checking out some of stuff. Their art's not always the best, but I mean, it's worth checking out if it's Mike Mignola working on it too. If he's got his team that he normally works with.
Mm-hmm.
Monomyth?
No, it's Monomyth.
Mononeth. That's a weird cover. My thing is, and Ronnie says she doesn't judge books by their covers. I tried not to, but if the interior art is the same as the cover, then it's usually a skip for me. There's very rarely where I find a book where the art looks bad, where I'm like, it's like, but the writer's good. Like you could have Ed Brubaker on with Ryder Rospo, but I'd still read it because of Ed Brubaker. It's hard, but Chilling Adventures, Man of Satan on Hell on Earth. I don't even know who that is writing on it, but it's $3.99.
Yeah, I mean for this role, I would pick Panya, the Mummy's Curse, and Monomyth.
Man, I want to go with Man of Satan, but I know they're gonna fuck it up. So I would go with Panya because it's Mike Mignola.
Right.
No, Brownie, you don't give it. You give books a fair shake. You don't judge them by the cover. And I'll misquote you if I want to. I'm the host now. Someone has to fill in Rangelstein.
All right, what I got it in this one?
Christopher Priest, I believe. No, actually, no, someone else working on Walker.
No. So Victory, that's actually written by David F. Walker, not Christopher Priest.
Oh, okay. Wow. But wasn't she credited by Christopher Priest?
Yes.
Junior Baker, the Righteous. What? Is it Joe Casey?
Baker.
I'm guessing it's Joe Casey then.
Wait, Junior Baker?
Yeah, Junior Baker.
Well, but do you see Casey's name on the title?
It's right here.
Oh wow.
I would say the best in here is the back issue 147. I want to read about Perez, but
if I had to choose between these three, and I mean not three, four.
Ash says, I prejudge comics by crappy creators, literally. Or liberally.
I would I would go with back issue number 147.
If anybody has not checked out the back issue books, those are that's really cool. If you really love comic books and the history of books and know how they're made, and so you get commentaries from actually sometimes the writers who actually worked on it, or just people who knew some of the people in there. Like everyone, if they are full consider stuff, Paul Kupperberg does some of the writings in here too. I think Jerry, who's a friend of Eric Breen, has also written here too. Did some articles on there. Like I said, I like that because I get to learn more. It's like having Eric Breen in a back issue.
And Paolo.
No, it's not that detailed.
Well, besides back issue, I would give Junior Baker a shot to see like how it is.
Now, here's where it gets the thing. Robert Venditti is on this book. Zach didn't care for it. It's apocalyptic world. It's Robert Venditti for Dark Horse, and he just didn't care for it. I guess I've been picking it up. It's been all right. It's not the best Venditti book. I think they can do a lot better, but I'm not sure. I think he's co-writing it. I don't think he's actually doing full writing. That's why it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, in Savage Squad 6, he is one of the co-writers, not the main guy.
I don't know what comic book shop news is. I just saw that in the thing up there, so I don't know if that's a reboot or of an older magazine. I don't know. Could be digital format. No.
Besides that, we have Hey Kids Comics, Shock of the New by Howard Chaykin, The Left Hand Path, and Killer Queens 2.
I'm definitely not getting Killer Queens.
I'm not. I mean, I don't know. It's not really pulling me in either. I already have stuff under my pull box.
Hey, if it's pulling you in, we need a convention for you or an intervention for you, so you can get you out of there. Because it's not Killer Queens as far as Freddie Mercury. It's in Killer Queens as hey, but who knows? Maybe it's a better story in there. I don't know, but that cover is just not appealing to me. The Left Hand Path looks like another dystopian gas stuff. If I can find it, I don't know. It's published by Other or something Sky. But yeah, I mean Savage Squad 6. Giant. They're in a fallout zone where apparently these wolves have basically mutated to the size of kaiju. All right. Under the Influence. Wow. Okay. Then we have Pop Up. I never heard of that either. Xenoscope. That's basically another one shot. This has for $9. I think it's like 72 pages. Not exactly sure, but it's Sherlock Holmes' basic great granddaughter. Blackout Bombshell. I'm gonna go with Quarterly Holmes. You know the Holmes #1. So all right. Zach doesn't like lots of great things, and also Venditti is known for taking several issues to get going. That's what I've been learning too, as I've been reading some more of his stuff, and I've been enjoying it. First issue was kind of mid. Second issue, I picked it up and I read it. I enjoyed it, so it's getting better. It's just taking time. All right, but yeah, Dominic still there? I don't hear Dominic anymore. I know we're on a delay, so he must be muted or he's dropped. All right. Gonna move on to the Case of the Bleeding Wall, #1. And then we have Exciting Comics, John Carpenter's Tales of Science, and then we have Black Myth: The Key to Its Heart. Right. From the world of terror is over, or is our business? Is this new book of the Case of the Bleeding Wall? Exciting Comics
Hmm.
looks like it might be cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would.
Uh,
I mean, I recommend giving it a read. Read it. It is a fun anthology series from Antarctic Press.
yeah. Never really read Antarctic Press or Antarctic Press, but I thought they were going under, weren't they? Was that the one that was going that
Mm,
was at bankruptcy last year?
no, that's IDW.
There was a smaller company that was basically on. I'm thinking the one that. Oh, okay. You know what I'm thinking of? Thinking of the one that does Samurai Doggy. Ash would know. Whatever company that does that. That was the one that had problems. They were basically running into. They couldn't print books. I don't want
Oh,
to say
shoot.
AWA. It's not AWA.
No,
It's
no,
no
it's not AWA, but I
it's
know the I
a Blaze.
know which publisher you're talking about. No, hold, hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Well, Ash would already know. He can tell you right now. What is Ash? What is the Samurai Doggy's publisher?
It's not Scout Comics.
Aftershock Comics. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, Aftershock.
There's too many there's too many companies that have an A starts with the A. They're indie books.
Yeah, but
Look, you
yeah,
got like two in here. Oh, you got a whole A as well.
yeah, but well, to get back on track, in this role, I would pick exciting comics and John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction.
If it was John Carpenter writing, sure, but it's not. It's John Carpenter just presents and other people writing, so they're just using his name. Um, but I'm going to Exciting Comics. I kind of want to go back and see if I can find these. You know, check them out. I wonder. I mean, what I mean. It's obviously it's not going to be like Miller level when it comes to or Molar or whatever you call it. But when he has Super Legacy and all that stuff. But I mean, this could be good, but it's $5, and it's for a lesser known, I guess, company. Well, I don't know. What are your guys' feelings at Eric Press? Do you think they're like the bottom of the barrel when it comes to indie books, or do you feel like they're like on the same level as Dynamite, or better?
When it comes to Antarctic Press, whereas like they are at a similar level to I would say like they are similar at the level of Dynamite because like what I mean there is like one series that people will remember Antarctic Press for and no two actually Ninja High School and Gold Digger.
Oh yeah,
You
Gold
know,
Digger. Yeah,
yeah, because with the latter, essentially, what happens if you mix Indiana Jones with historical fantasy
I remember Ninja
and
High.
other genres.
I remember Ninja High School having bad art though, very Tumblr art.
Well, wait, hold on. Wait, like from when it was first published?
The fact the if it was out in the past 2 years, if it's still an ongoing, I don't know if it still is or not. But I'm whatever the
No,
last time. When did it
I
end?
mean, no. Actually, Ninja High School it's still ongoing. However, it's obviously like with the art, I mean, with the series, it's manga inspired. And I can reassure you that it does not have any Tumblr art.
Mm. I don't know. Like I said, I think it sounds like the one. If I looked at it, it's very, very manga esque, but it was like the bad manga version art. All right. Ooh, Gunbreed, number 3, Ghost Town Resurrected. Planet Comics, Titans, Rivers of London. Here be Dragons. Okay.
Huh.
And On and On by Ahoy Comics. Yeah. Con looks so cringe. I know, right? So I'm like, I'm going Gunbreed.
Huh.
Maybe too. Maybe it's probably because I'm getting close to into Halloween here soon.
No, I get it. I mean,
So it's like
it would be fitting.
It's like a Sleepy Hollow thing, but he's got his head.
I will go with Planet Comics, and after that, Gunbreed, and I would give Rivers of London a fair shake.
Like Planet Comics, that looks like you're going to a Ripley thing. You're going to go into Aliens or some futuristic thing, like Dead Space, where you have to like, you know, she's trapped on something. I don't know what it is, but based on that cover alone, looks like she's stuck on this abandoned floating base or planet or whatever, and she has to work her way to get out. But she kind of looks like Natalie Portman though. But all right, so I'm going Gunbreed. You said you're going with Planet Comics. Ash is not going with Kanan. Marania, I think you said Planet Comics. All right. Undead Quinn says Eric is meh most of the time. Ash is coming in and saying that AAP is just very small. You aren't gonna find AAA talent, but hey, they do try to put out good efforts. It's just kind of like it's like watching high school sports. Sure, I guess.
And as still saying, exciting comics equals cape stories, aka superhero fiction, and Planet Comics, as the name implies, sci-fi stories.
My thing is it all just one story? Is it an anthology book?
Anthology.
I do love the art on the cover. If that's the interior art, man. Shantae Howard and Malcolm Earl, Extinctioners Unite. After coming face to face with the creators of human animal kind. Whoa. Scarlet Captain and Phoenix, or Phoenix, sorry. I was supposed to be Phoenix, there's no one in it. Fighting one another long enough to come up with a plan to save their friends and possibly the world. Then there's Shaman Kane, the Arcadia incident, David Broughton. Banished from the Shaman Order, Kane decides to start a new life at a frontier worlds in the Galactic Rim. He and Shaman, Jane and Rain, find themselves in the fight for survival against Necro Sharks and a band of terrifying zombie space pirates. Like I said, I love this. This is like this matches the interior in any of it. I'm all for it, but most likely this is just going to be the cover art and that's it.
Well, you never know. Oh, I'd say give it a shot. I already have Planet Comics like in one of my pull boxes, and I've been enjoying the series.
One of these times you'll have to come on camera and show it, like show me the interior, like because I'm curious to see what it looks like. If the art's even anything like this, if it's different people. But,
well, I can send you a picture,
or post it in Discord.
Yeah,
do that there. But anthology, if it's ongoing anthology or just random multiple stories, that's my thing.
Well, it's okay. So much like with exciting comics, Planet Comics as well as Jungle Comics and Fantasy Comics from Antarctica Press, like they are an ongoing anthology.
Okay. Like I'm trying to think of like if they're on what 23. Is it been the same two stories going ongoing, or have they stopped and every 3 issues is a new story, kind of like they did with Marvel Fanfare? Probably
say that,
yeah. Okay. Huh. All right. Then we get into manga, and of course, Greenhorns #1, Omega Gang, Archie Showcase Digest. Ooh, a little digest. Then Changelings #7.
Yeah, Changelings. Yeah, that one is a fantasy series from a publisher called Vision 8.
I mean, I would go with Archie, but it's probably not. It all depends. If it's modernized Archie, like I said, with with all the identity politics, all the weird crap put in there, real current events. I don't want that. If it's old school Archie, this collection's old school ones, this repackaged and reprint, sign me out.
Based on the cover, it looks more like a classic Archie than modern Archie.
Yeah, but I've seen this before where they introduced another character. They had one character they turned out to be trans in one of the latest books.
Well, not turned out to be trans, but made but made to be trans instead of leaving that character alone.
You know what I mean. I don't want Moose being in a gay relationship. You know, like they did Riverdale. I don't want that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
that. I want this to be the original versions of the characters. Like
No,
leave
I
the
get
scene.
it.
Yeah. The World of Tomorrow. Kid Clapshot versus Lou Atlantic, number 1. The Beano, number 4,204. Wow. And then we're getting some manga here, Yen Press.
But but out of all the books in this world, like, which one would you pick?
Yeah. If I really had to pick,
Then be honest.
Kid Slapshot, that's a number 1. It looks like
Yeah,
a Cartoon Network thing, but it's
yeah,
$6 though.
classic Cartoon Network. Yeah, I mean, I would give it a read too. However, I mean, like $6. Wait, is it $6.99 or it's just exactly $6?
It's $5.99 for this flip. It's
Hmm.
one. This is $3.70, $13.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if this is a manga. Obviously, it must be a full manga if it's $13. Usually,
Could
mangas
be.
I find are 15, depending where you are.
Yeah,
What it is.
yeah, but I would actually pick Kid Slapshot too.
See, this is what I mean. This is the crap I see when I go on the
Um,
indie books. When I look at the Kickstarter, this is the shit I do not like. This looks horrible.
Yeah, I don't.
And they want
Yeah,
this is
me neither.
$12 for this. This looks like, okay, if this is just your cover here, you know, and maybe the interior is kind of like this too, I kind of know what I'm getting. This looks more like Frog and Toad. Remember those books we were growing up, kid
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that stuff I like. I don't like the one that humanize dogs. That just looks weird. All right, that's it for this stuff. But yeah, I'm looking at all that stuff here, and there's a lot of weird stuff coming out. But yeah, manga's been kicking ass, not taking
Oh
names
yeah,
at all. Yeah, but as
yeah.
far as the modern comic books, what happened to them is that, well, we know the writers, the artists. Like I said, it's a little
I
bit of everything.
mean, yeah.
But it's mainly just the virtue signaling, which really ruined it. The fact that these companies were are constantly being bailed out by the bigger corporations, where they don't even care about the comic books at all. All they care about is making profit from the merchandise, the movies. You know,
Another issue is like these artists and writers of today, like they're not being properly vetted as
yeah,
industries like did back then, and they're also not a whole lot of mentorship, so that's being done by veterans of the industry who know what they're talking about, because
right,
they've been through all that.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, I mean,
I mean,
as for manga, I mean, I'm still reading them as well as manhwa. But I was still only read like comic books like over here in the West was the only titles that have like earned my trust and also like my returnability as well as reading like more back issues than anything else.
that's the thing though. I prefer a lot of back issues too. I do buy some of the new stuff, but I'm at that point where I have done it before. I bought a book because you know what? It's a number 1. I do the top 5 stuff. I'm guilty of it, but I don't do it anymore. I'm not going to do that for $6 for something that I don't even care what to even read. Just to do that. If I want to do that, I'll fly the Jolly Roger and I'll tell you my opinions on it. But I mean, but I like
Yeah,
having a copy to show you, like you guys, you know, like here's
yeah,
in pages. I mean, you can do the Comixology or the Marvel DC app and just do like that way, panel by panel, if you want to. But I think it's more real. Like when someone is telling you their honest opinion about a book, it's actually showing you the book. You know, like actually,
yeah.
like showing the physical book that they paid for, and that's why they're bitching about it. You know, but that's like I said, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. If you guys have your own opinions, that's more you're more than welcome to. You know, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna say say that I'm wrong or it's you as a reader. What you decide to buy is what you decide to buy, and if someone doesn't agree with you, what you buy, that's their opinion. but you don't have to take their opinion. You can just continue buying and reading what you like, But I don't know. Like I said, and as Ash is always pointing out, buy more indie books. What I'm going to add to that is buy more back issues. Go back to the 70s, the 60s, and the 80s, and even check out some of the 50s sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
From
if you're lucky, like find some 40s, 30s books, some some good books from the 90s as well as the early 2000s, because
there is.
despite what a lot of people say, like we still have some quality material that was being produced during the 90s.
There is. It's here and there. I know a lot of people shit on the 90s, but there actually was a lot of good 90s books too.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading now. Some people are saying, "Well, I don't like what they did to Spider-Man after the '80s and stuff." I mean, I didn't mind the '90s. I didn't. The Untold Tales of Spider-Man. You had Web of Spider-Man was still gone. I think Peter Parker Spectacular was still going.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. As far as why is that? As far as you're asking, replying to me or replying back to Ash. But if you're replying back to me, as I said, it's become a fad. Like, it's a fad to hate on Nickelback, or it's a fad, they hate see something that everybody doesn't like. So if you like it, you're like, oh, I can't believe you like that. It's the stupid childhood mentality, like 11th graders, like or not 11th grade, but 11-year-olds, getting 6th grade.
11-year-olds.
Yeah, if you like, dude, why are you watching this show? It's for babies. It's kind of that mentality that people have. It's like, dude, you just read what you like. Don't be afraid to admit that you like reading these books. People may laugh, but at the end of the day, you're the one that put in the time in. Never let anybody hinder you from enjoying what you like, unless it's against the law.
Yeah, like heck, like even if you're liking this product that is either like a work, either like a book, a movie, video game, or anything, you can still like have your own honest opinions and not be blindly loyal to it.
Yep. All right, so we're getting at the end of the stream here. We're past the 2-hour mark. If there's anything you guys want to last minute questions about stuff, ask now. If you want to give a super chat, we welcome those too as well. Those are always cool. If you want to donate to Angleteen from I Love Comics, that's his Ko-fi. Helps out the channel, as he always says, keeps the lights on. And I think he permanently means his lights on in his head now. Pays for medical treatments. Because we were wondering, like, why is Bankman hosting anything on here? I didn't start off hosting. The channel owner, Angleteen, had onions today and got poisoned, so he basically started shutting down. If you let it go back about an hour ago, about 30 minutes ago, maybe 4, and you can literally see Angleteen starting to just stumble his words. He started acting like Joe Biden. So maybe that's why Joe Biden it doesn't have dementia. He just has onion poisoning. I don't know. But we had Sleepy Angleteen on here. It was kind of funny. So rewind and watch back in the replay. It's fun. But check out in about 40 minutes, I'd say. Right around there. Check out over at Asha Comics. We're going to be talking about some cool books, going over that. Zach's going to be joining us, hopefully. And we'll continue the conversation over there. Obviously, you guys do like comic books. I do appreciate you guys showing up here on here as well. Check out the Geeky Puppet Show tomorrow, where I'll be talking more about the books coming out this week. And but this time we'll be talking about the books that I'm pulling, and also with Zach too as well. And also we're looking at the trades. So stop by. That means at 8 p.m. Central tomorrow. I also do a follow-up stream on Thursday as well, at the same time, where it was the best books of the week, where I actually took the books what I thought were going to be my favorite books, and then I put them in order of least to favorite. But also, though, on Tuesday nights here, right after the top 5, at 10:30, which would be Eastern, I believe, check out the RPG. What we do over here was the Marvel RPG, hosted by Marania. Dalton is on here, as well as Theo Dragon, our friend Clint as well. And sometimes we have guest stars pop up. That being said, we've had Professor Pixel. We've had what's his name? Sorry, Zach. Let's forget his name. But yeah, we have fun on there. I know you're like, well, I don't want to watch people just sitting around and You know, it's more of a hangout and a conversation. I know Rager likes to show up sometimes too. We do appreciate the views on that. I would say if you don't want you're like, I don't want to watch a replay, it's more entertaining watching it live because we do interact with the chat. At least I do. I try to as well when I'm on there. But the best thing to look forward to is that Pixel does the follow-up videos, and he actually has Jameson, his Jameson impersonation, doing the recap of previous episodes that we do, and it's phenomenal. It's turning into a little theater presentation each time.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, it's fun. So we always encourage if those who are like, we want to join us and actually with the campaign and actually play with us, because I'm not the biggest like D&D person. I look at it this way: I get to hang out with Miranda more often, and I get to do something on each channel without E being here. So check that out. So top 5 tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central, and then at 9:30 p.m. Central is when we do the RPG on this channel. So, not much more to plug. I feel like this channel really loves comics for once in a long time, right? When the man who owns the channel leaves, we actually start talking about comic books coming out.
Since when are we not talking about comic books?
Yeah. But well, usually we're bitching about stuff on this channel. This has become the channel where we complain about what we don't like in comic books.
Yeah, but at the same time,
sure.
yeah,
Well,
but at the same time, we talk about what we like about comic books and also solutions.
yes, we do that. And I feel like we're beating a horse to death with that sometimes. So that's a saying. If you love comic books, I love talking about the books that I love. And that's why I do it over on the Geeky Puppet Show. I just do that specifically. But if you do love articles, and you love like Old Man Rants, this is a channel to be on. So we even get Pearl Harbor being bombed sometimes too when the old man is cranky. But overall, not much to say. Click like, subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you over real soon over at Ashland Comics at 11 p.m. Central. All right, guys.
Have a good evening, everybody.